John, welcome back. RealCopStoriesVideos.com. Over 390 cop stories. Please look them up. They're my babies. And we have over 200 question and answers. I'm doing that right now. Ask me a question. Email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. Continuing on with upper body control holes. Okay. I left off with the chokeouts. This way and this way. And again, to recap that, if you watch the McGregor fight with this Russian guy, I always remember his name. I always use that because it was TV. I can use that. I'm not making money on this thing. That's how he was beaten. McGregor was beaten by an upper control hold that we were taught. Choke around the neck, he tapped out, it was over. That's how fast ours are. Okay. So now we're doing. And the reason I tell you this, we're getting to a point of policy change comes up. Okay. So I'm a 6'4" man. Partners I had, obviously most of my partners were shorter than me. 5'10", 5'9", whatever. And I worked several assignments with gang members in East LA. Okay, the average gang member in East LA was probably 13 to 17, 19 years old. 5'3", 140 pounds, 5'4", 120 pounds. We rarely saw a gang member that was over 5'9". They're all little guys, mostly between 5'4", 5'7", because they're Latino gentlemen, they're small guys, they're little guys. Okay, fine. So when I first went over there, of course, they're violent people. We're investigating rapes, drive-by shootings. I've passed my videos. I've showed, if you watch my videos, we're doing a lot of violence. Those people are violent. Those kids, I call them kids. They're violent guys, girls, guys, mostly guys. So a lot of times you get them out of the car and they start getting feisty. They get froggy, we call them. They start jumping around. You tell them, put your hands on now you watch television, they want to kiss them. Oh gosh, because they're trained. Poor officers are trained to, oh, are you okay? In those days, put your hands on the hood. I ain't doing crap. They got to the word crap and you already choked them out. We don't mess around with this stuff. Because especially if you have two or three, just you and your partner, you got 3 or 4 gang members. You don't have time to sit here and have a line seminar with these guys. Do what you're told, okay? So several times I learned, and after being in patrol for 2 or 3 years, then I went to gangs. I'd already choked a lot of people out in patrol. So I really realized quickly that I have an advantage of being tall, okay? So I grab a kid, I'll show you what I would do. I did this a lot, okay? Everything by policy. Grab a guy, he starts doing this, you reach around, and I would put him in here. I would turn around, get him in here, and I would turn my body, and I would lift them. And put him on my hip. I'd be like this, and I wouldn't pull my arm back, I didn't have to. I just held my arm to hold them up. And what's happened here is gravity kicks in. They're off the ground this much. They're in my fork of my arm. You know what's coming? They're choking themselves because they're like this on my arm. I just hold them up by my hip. 5, 4, 3, and then limp. Okay, and then and as I'm doing that, it worked out well because the other ones they want you to put your head down and pull because the suspect's head's right here, and they want you to put your head next to him because what happens? They like to do this. They try to get you. So you put your head down. Here's their head. And you're right here, right next to him, literally their ears right here, and you're down here like this, holding your head down for 5 or 6 seconds. If he tries to hit you, all he's going to get is the top of your head. Then you get your eyes, they try to gag your eyes out, so you put your head down. Well, with this, he couldn't do anything because he's choking himself with his weight. And then he's done. Okay, so back to the way I really said, as I'm doing that, it allows me, with my head being up, not down, I can watch what's going on around me. In other words, I can see my partner over here choking somebody out. Okay, and then a couple times, we got 2 here, I've got 1, he's got 1, and the other guys are turning around looking at us, and I had a cross-draw gun. So he's choking himself, I go like this, all right, who's next? And they're like, because they're thinking, this guy's multitasking, me. That's right, I am multitasking, okay? Again, we're not attorneys and judges and all these liberals running around talking stuff. We're doing this stuff. And I'm going to go home that night. That time I had a wife and 1 baby. I'm going home, okay? I'm going home. It's that simple. So we did it. My partner did the same thing. I had 2 other partners that I worked gangs with. They did the exact same thing because they were tall guys. It was easy to do it. Okay. And then another part of this, I told you the bonus was when they choke themselves. I know he's out because he just goes limp. Okay. Then usually I didn't have the gun out. It goes limp. So I put him down on his feet, and then I gently again back to what I just said stories ago. Once you apprehend someone, whether it's detaining him, choking him, cuffing him, or transporting him, you're responsible for him. I could not just go like this. You can't do that. Once you've committed to arresting him, he's your baby. In other words, you have to take care of him civilly. And I think just common sense and the laws of the land and just good, mature police work. You got to take care of him. You can't just kick him away. You can't. You want to. Believe me, you want to. especially when they fight cops or they shot an officer. We've done that before. We arrest somebody. Man, you want to do really bad things to him, but you cannot do it. You're an officer. You can't do it. You just do your job. You're not the jury. You're not the judge. You're not a conviction artist. You're just going to do your job. Okay, so put him down, cuff him, and as you're putting him down, the other gang members are looking. Well, you know what they see? Most of these gang members are wearing brown khaki pants, the gang outfit of the time. Well, they see a big urine stain. The guy peed himself. Okay, like I said, almost all of them pee themselves. So how embarrassing is that? To watch your homie, they're like, oh my God, because A, they don't want to see that, and B, they're thinking I'm next. I'm gonna make them pee on theirs. Okay, so the word got out that this gang unit here was very serious about this, and we choke people all the time, and like I said, most of them pee on themselves because they lose control, So that was a little added bonus, but making him hang himself was pretty good because it saved my strength, saved my back. I ended up doing anything. Pretty cool. Okay, so anyway, cool for me, not necessarily for the public, and obviously if you're out there watching this and you have been a subject of this, probably not, because this is going to change here. I'll tell you why, or what happened here. Okay, so our department's going along. This is 70s, early 70s through mid 70s, procedures in place. Unfortunately, towards the end of the 70s, we had, I don't know how many, but there was a good 3 or 4 people that died. I'm going to put this in quotes from the upper control hold. Okay, unquote. No, it wasn't. But the thing is, I'll explain to you what happened here. The news media gets involved, okay, liberal news media, because they don't even want officers to put anybody in jail. I'm not talking about just, I disagree with you. No. They wish all drug laws were legal, all of them. Heroin, coke, they don't care. They don't think it should be any vice laws. They don't think, they're almost like, well, rape is pretty much consensual. They have really weird attitudes when you pin them down to what you think, because they don't think anybody should go to jail. ACLU, everybody, the black organization, NAACP, no, they think everybody's fine. And you know what? In a society, you're going to have 10-50% people that are just crazy and nuts and criminals. You can't avoid that. Sorry, can't. This day, then, doesn't matter. Okay, so the news media got a hold of what was going on here, and we had people die because of chokeouts, or they think because of chokeouts. Instead of waiting for the coroner's report to come out on every one of those things, they did what they do to this day. Sensational reporting. Now you can call it fake news. Oh my gosh, look what this department just choked out 25 guys last month and one of them died. Well, that's true. We probably did choke out 25 guys last month. Maybe we choked out 45 guys last month. I don't know. One died. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it's a chokehold. Really? That's like saying a guy was shot by a gun, it's a gun's fault. No, the guy used the gun. This is it's a weird analogy. The chokehold was a contributor because every one of those guys were high on either PCP, coke, or heroin. And even the coroner said that the chokehold added to it, but the primary death comes from the narcotic intoxication, not from the chokehold. You think they're going to wait on that information? No. They're not going to wait. They're not even going to retract the story. They're going to say, well, it's a contributing factor. If the officers had not choked him, he would be alive today. Well, that's something that's conjecture to the max, because you have no idea what he's a drug addict. He could die tomorrow if he wasn't choked out. It doesn't really matter. But they got the ear. Got the ear of the city council. Got the ear of the LA Times came out. All these people came out and started firing at the mayor and the city council. People are dying out there. People are dying out there. I know from a fact that you start a little division, we were like, there's 18 precincts or divisions. I know any given weekend night, 2 or 3 people are choked out. Times 18 divisions. Or maybe even more people in hotter divisions like South Central, Hollywood, where there's more gang members, more criminals, probably more. So any given night, you could have 30 or 40 guys choked out citywide every night. Okay? It's 400 a month, 500 a month. So that kind of thinking is just, it's beyond me. Okay, fine. So then so now they're discussing this. The chief goes in there, had a really strong chief. He went in there and argued. Well, it doesn't matter. He works for the city. He works for the city council, not the mayor. The mayor in this city has certain things he can do, but the city council runs the city, and the city council, the mayor picks the police commission, which is our bosses, the police bosses. The mayor picks those, but then the city council is on them for things like policy changes that's coming up. So everybody was pounding the chief on this, and he's trying to, justify it. He's coming up with these reports nobody wants to read, about the coroner. They don't care, okay? They're on a whirlwind here. It's like, I don't like a lot of things our president does, but right now we're on a whirlwind. Every news media hates him. Stop it already, okay? Report the news honestly and let the people decide. Oh, can't do that. Okay, I'm sorry, this is democracy. I thought we were supposed to make our own minds up. Well, anyway, so I'm getting off on track there. So ultimately, they came down and said that these chokeholds are no longer allowed. That's it, pretty much. Like today was okay. Midnight tonight, no more. No more. And we're all going, okay, now what do we do? Well, you have nightsticks. Use the nightsticks. Then they gave us tear gas. Okay? Now, on that note, tear gas in those days, they put in a big spray bottle and you spray like this, you know. Okay. It goes like this. It's more like just like one of those Fabergé or some of those household sprays where you spray your room, you know. That's the kind of spray it is. Just kind of goes, shh, you know. Later on, the pepper spray is a whole lot different. But this was the first level of the late 70s. So what does that what does that mean? That means if you do this to a guy, anybody around him, including officers, get tear gas. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, so but they gave us a tear gas and we're, you know, okay, fine. Then the cans, you know, naturally the city bought the low bidder, so now the cans are leaking. You know, you put them on your belt and it sits on your cartridge belt. And guys have, like me, have a little bit of a belly, or you have other equipment. You lean over and pretty soon the cap cracked, or sometimes it would break open and you'd be tear gassing the car because the cap broke and it broke the stem inside for the can. So yeah, I got tear gas. Come on, they throw it out the window because. So that's happening, you know, because you don't buy the city buys a low bidder, the cheapest bidder they can find. Okay, so that was good. So they said, well, in addition to now we're going to train you on a new kind of baton. And I must have had about 12 years on, 11 years on. And I'm thinking, this is not a good thing. Why they take away the nightstick? Okay, I mean the choke out. So we all go to the academy of different phases. You know, 30. You can't outfit 4,500 uniforms all at once. You got to do up there. You got to get trained in this. You got several pockets of training areas. You got to train everybody in the new nightsticks, and then issue them the nightsticks. So instead of us using our wooden sticks, I still have mine. Put it away. They hand us an aluminum stick. Steel, aluminum, steel, whatever you want to call it, metal. Okay, a stick with a handle sticking up. Okay, looks like this. Okay. Here's the stick and a handle, and then a handle behind it. Yes. I think I have it. I could probably bring it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's a nice stick with a handle halfway, about 4 inches down from the top. Okay, the handle is so you can hold it like this. Here's the handle, and nightsticks here, and all the way down to here. You know, it's like this. It's like that. What the handle is so you can spin it. You know, you hold it, and as you go like this, the big end comes around and slaps, and it comes back to your hand. That's what the handle was for. So we're up at the academy, and we're learning how to hold the handle like this. Here's the one handle sticking up in the back of the stick. You're doing the normal hitting. And they teach you how to poke with it, you know, and like ride control. All the stuff that we taught on the original wooden stick is now on the metal stick. The biggest one was spinning. You spin that thing around, it's coming around, the far end's coming around. You know, any kind of a maneuver like you see skaters on ice capades where the whole line, they're skating. Well, the inner person's not moving very much, but the outer person is hauling ass, okay, around the end. So with the nightstick, the inner part's not moving very much where the handle is, but as you spin it, that outer part is just coming around like, you know, 80 miles an hour. And that's the part, this much of the end, you want to use to take out elbows, shoulders, backs, ribs, kneecaps. They want you to aim at kneecaps big time. That was almost kneecaps and elbows was their biggest thing because they stick out the most, easy target and all that. Okay. So when I'm at these training hours, I go, excuse me, am I getting this right? I said, we're getting rid of a humane thing to start beating people with poles. That's the policy. I'm just asking. I just want to know. I'm on record for this. Well, you know, you're not on record. You're just a policeman. You have no record to be on. No, that's the policy. Okay, fine. Okay. And of course, what comes out with that? Another sheet, use of force sheet, because once you use your stick on someone, you have to explain everything you did, every spot you hit him with, because he has to go to the hospital. They all have to go to the hospital. With the choke out, nobody went to the hospital. You went to a check-in doctor's office in the jail. He'd ask the guy like 3-4 words. He'd answer, and he'd go, he's fine, and write him off, put him in jail. Now you got broken elbows, fingers broken, thumb broken. You know, I mean, this is nuts. But I blame the liberals for this. This is what they wanted. They didn't want the chokehold. This is what they get. Okay? The next tape I'm going to tell you, I'm running out of time, is what the result here, huge incident that came up on this because of this lack of choke out and encouraging nightsticks. Okay? Anyway, so hope you enjoyed that. I'll come back in a few. Okay? Bye-bye.